My name's Samantha Lamond. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Energy 360. We're a Victorian company located in Carrum Downs in southeast Melbourne. We use bioenergy technology to create heat and power from an organic waste stream, something that was once alive. Our technology is bioenergy technology. We take a costly on-site waste stream, we put it into an anaerobic digester, into an oxygen-free environment, which creates biomethane. We take biomethane then and we put it into a boiler to create heat or steam, or we take it to a combined heat and power plant to create electricity. The technology is very well proven in Europe. We've been working very hard with one of the leading German providers of this technology to bring the solution to Australia. We have 10 years experience in the biomethane handling area, and so we're really well experienced to be able to actually integrate all of these different parts of technology and actually drive the monetisation of a customer's waste stream into utilities. Our target market are 1,500 food processors. Food processors have a really clear need for heat, power and steam, and biomethane can be used to create all three of those. These 1,500 businesses have an urgent issue to resolve. They have increasing trade waste costs and increasing utility costs. Our bioenergy technology will take their currently costly waste stream and convert this into heat, power and steam, which can be utilised behind the meter which will decrease their utility cost exposure and also improve their bottom line.
My name's Max Coulthard. I'm the Managing Director of a company called MagEffect. Our company is located in Dandenong South, and we are an energy provider. We provide energy solutions, and the core to all of our energy solutions is batteries. We got an inquiry from a company which made wheelchairs, and they said, well, we've got this real problem. We've heard of a couple of people who died in their wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs, and they were using some old technology, which is the old lead-acid battery technology, and they said, could you have a safe alternative? And so we were tasked with doing that. And so we eliminated virtually every risk you could possibly have with any other type of battery. We created a battery which was incredibly small, compact, and we called it the TARDIS, would you believe, of all things, because it's small on the outside and big on power on the inside. And that battery is the smallest, most compact and lightweight battery in the world for its type that we know of. So if you need a battery that keeps working in the Australian environment, is long-term reliable, then we've got a solution in the stability market. On the mobility side, wheelchairs, power vehicles, caravans. Australians are very good at innovation. Australians, I think, should be encouraged to actually buy from Australians because we've got this wonderful, best-kept secret called the TARDIS battery, which is there that solves so many problems for commercial, for residential, for the mobility space, and who knows about it? Too few. If you need a better battery made by Australians, suitable for Australian conditions, we've got the solution for you.
My name's Andrew Kingstone. I'm the Operations Manager for Mill Solar. Mill Solar is a new business for the design and manufacture of inverter technology for photovoltaics. We're located in Melbourne, Victoria, and we're a subsidiary of our parent company Mill Systems, which has been in operations in the defence and electronics industry since 1987. So Mill Solar developed the Eclipse inverter in 2011 with the assistance of Victorian and federal grants. We partnered with RMIT to make sure we're using best practice electronics and design. The Eclipse inverter has reactive power technology, which allows it to function over a wider range of voltages and reduces the dropouts, so you get more output for the same amount of solar energy falling on your roof. The New Energy Jobs Fund also assisted with the development of this product, so we received a grant to assist us with the development of the inverter. The intent behind this is to help develop jobs within the Victorian manufacturing industry and grow those high technology jobs within the state. So we're looking to partner really with any businesses throughout Australia that don't already have solar installed or have an older solar system installed that they're looking to upgrade. The Eclipse inverter has a lot of benefits and features for small businesses so they can monitor and manage their energy usage, and it's really a no-brainer as far as we can see to install solar. You'll be generating power at the point where you need it most, which is during the daytime for most businesses, and it can really help lower your energy bills, but also helps on the environmental side by lowering your carbon emissions. It's forecasted there'll be 250,000 inverters imported into Australia by 2025. So at the moment those are going to be majority imported. We'd like to see a lot more of those manufactured and installed using Australian-made products.
My name is Jørgen Hammer. I'm the CEO of Radiant Resources. Radiant Resources is located in Blackburn, Victoria. We're established 10 years ago, and we are approximately 30 employees across manufacturing, engineering and sales. Our technology is a PV technology that converts sunlight into electricity, but because we're using dynamic mirrors in the field, like you see on the big thermal solar towers, we are also concentrating the sun up in the receiver that's sitting on top of a mast, and that means that we have to active cool the modules. That active cooling give us a heat product. And that heat product have really given us an interesting white space in the market where no other renewable technologies are able to compete with us. We currently are holding the world record in converting solar energy into electricity together with the University of New South Wales. Not only do we deliver a very high competitive electrical product, but we also deliver a very interesting heat product. So especially in Australia, our market is the big food producers, anyone that have a big gas bill, high energy users that's using both electricity and heat, and where there is a natural heat usage, we can use the heat to produce fresh water, or we can use the heat to produce district cooling as well. Except for having a target market in the Australian market, we are focusing very much on the Chinese market, where district heating is the new black, and we are focusing on the Middle East for desalination, so creating fresh water.
I'm Bruce Thompson. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for GreenSync. We're an energy tech company. We're based here in Melbourne, Victoria, with offices in Singapore. We've got a team of about 70 that's rapidly growing. We'll probably be double our staff in about 18 months' time. We use a cloud-based software platform, and it's basically providing control for distributed energy across our electricity grid. In simple terms, we turn things on and off with computers across the electricity grid to manage supply and demand in real time. At its heart, what we're trying to do is, if we can manage the real-time supply and demand, that means we can drive more renewables into our grid. Inherently, wind and solar are intermittent, but certainly are sustainable. What we need to do is harness behind-the-meter resources. They could be batteries, they could be equipment in large commercial industrial sites, or air conditioning, to actually balance the demand from the grid, to balance that with increasingly renewable energy supply. What we provide is our cloud-based services to utilities. We provide them to the network operators that are responsible to keep our infrastructure operating. We provide them to retailers that are providing supply to energy consumers. And increasingly in the future, we're establishing an exchange to be able to basically transact as a marketplace the value of those distributed energy resources as consumers invest in batteries and in solar and other technologies, to be able to really harness that most effectively and efficiently for a multitude of users across our electricity grid. It's a very exciting space to be working in, and what we need to do is bring together the technology innovation that we're seeing, the shift in the cost, that it's far cheaper now to invest in solar and wind, which is really exciting. What we're doing is bringing together the sophistication of digital technology. How do you bring the Internet of Things together? But it needs to be more than that. It needs to be about people. It needs to be about users and practical applications for our industry. If we can get that right, we get a more affordable grid, we get a more reliable grid, and ultimately we drive it to be a long-term sustainable one.
My name's Mike Hodgkinson. I'm the CEO of Capricorn Power. We make a novel patent-pending heat engine that solves an urgent waste disposal problem by turning it into heat and power. We're based in Melbourne and we manufacture in Geelong. A good technology solves a pressing problem. The headlines you hear about these days are all about critical gas and electricity prices, China knocking back our waste, landfill levies tripling, and of course emission reduction. And yet we don't value heat. So our product addresses all of those problems by turning the waste heat into sustainable heat and power. The beauty of our technology is that we have extremely high efficiency at relatively low scale, sort of 100, 200 kilowatt scale, and that sets us apart from other technologies, and that enables us to deliver this distributed waste to energy solution. So if you've got waste heat or flare gas or organic waste matter of at least 2,000 tonnes per annum, then we can solve your waste disposal problem and turn it into sustainable heat and power. We can take any form of heat above 350 degrees Celsius, and we're demonstrating at the moment at Geelong Cemetery Trust, and they've got a crematorium there, and also at Barwon Water's gas flare at their wastewater treatment plant. And we're developing a project at Grantville Landfill where we'll combine the gas flare, some green waste and some wood waste all into the one engine solution. These problems we're talking about are becoming more severe. Gas prices will remain high. China's not going to turn around and start accepting waste again. There's only so much landfill. So I think we will move to sensible distributed landfill transfer station waste to energy projects.